Now to the price of Bitcoin, XRP and Shiba Inu. Ladies and gentlemen, will we see another correction in the Bitcoin price towards $60,000 in the coming days? And will the cryptocurrency market turn around after that? Or will we see this turnaround of the crypto market soon? Let's start with the Bitcoin price. After that, we will discuss new positions and a few events that will soon affect the price. In the last videos, we discussed that we have a flag formation here. And now we are interested in whether the Bitcoin price manages to break through this purple line and then head towards at least $60,000. Or will we see a rise from this purple line towards $96,000? I can say in advance the situation looks very delicate. So it could well happen that we see a somewhat larger correction soon. But I first want to show you how this flag formation works. Please take a look at this. The price is falling, forming this flag pattern. Then it goes back down again. This is also an example of the flag formation, and this is an example of the triangle formation. The price falls, forms the triangle formation, then another correction follows. I will show you right away why this triangle formation is important. Please look here. We had a triangle formation here. The price reached the price targets back then. We discussed that with you. However, it has not yet reached the final price targets in the $45,000 to $40,000 range. Now the question arises whether we will see a breakout to the downside or another rise from this purple line. Normally the price moves downward out of this flag formation, so the probability is about 80% that the price will see a correction. I told you in the last videos that you must watch these news stories that have to do with Iran and America. We had, and this is important for understanding, we had that rise back then because we had quarterly results from American companies. Plus, America and Iran were holding peace negotiations. They are still conducting peace negotiations, although these peace negotiations are somewhat at risk, so to speak. Therefore, be very careful. I do not want to discuss this in detail now because the algorithm does not react so positively to this news. Therefore, as I said, the probability is very, very high that the Bitcoin price will break through this purple line to the downside. The first price target would be in the area of 59,900. Can one possibly speculate that the Bitcoin price will see a rise again from this purple line? Yes, you could try that. However, that is dangerous. I told you in the last videos, maybe you remember, we had a resistance zone here at this white line, and I also told you wait for the price to consolidate above this white line. Why should one have waited for that consolidation back then for a new long position? To ensure it does not turn into a fake breakout. In principle, the Bitcoin price did go down as discussed. That is why I would recommend you be a bit careful here now. If you see the price consolidating here above this purple line, it could actually happen that the price turns around. However, should any negative news regarding America and Iran come out, then the price will likely slide down. However, if you see that the price is consolidating here, so let's assume it consolidates on Friday and Saturday lower than this purple line, then that indicates that we are seeing a correction. The first price, as I said, would be in the $60,000 range, so I think we will see a result in the coming days. And then $45,000 to $40,000 come into play. That is an important zone. I will explain to you why in a moment. So we have 55,000 here, and here we have the 45,000. Here we have the next support zone. Why do I know that there is a support zone there? I showed you that too, but I will show you again. We had a support zone here between 70 and 55,000. Below 55,000, we have no trading volume. The next strong zone where there is support would be between $45,000 and $40,000. If the Bitcoin price breaks through this purple line, it will first head to those initial prices. That is a potential reversal point to the upside. However, if you notice the price continues to fall, then you must actually expect that 45,000 to 40,000 are not far away. It will take time, so it will most likely take a few weeks for the price to reach that zone. But the strong support is here. That means if the price doesn't hold 55, then it will very quickly be in the range of $45,000 to $40,000. What else is important? Exactly, I forgot to explain that. We had this rise here. That was, this is now very important. An important thing that you can also use in the future. It's April, because the quarterly figures of American companies were quite positive, plus the Americans and Iran held peace negotiations. You can see that here, for example, the American market has been rising since April. It has been going up since April, which is why the Bitcoin price went up too. However, the American market is currently in the area of its all-time high. Let's put it this way. It is positive, but the higher the price goes, the higher the probability of a correction. You have to keep that in mind as well. As you can see, the American market has been going up for a very long time. So be very careful in the coming days. I think the decision regarding Iran and America will be made soon. In the last videos, we discussed that here in the area. Of these white lines, we have a triangle formation. You can also turn this into a flag formation. And now the question arises, where is the XRP price heading? We discussed in the last videos that the XRP price broke out of this formation to the downside. That was a negative sign. The price continues to fall. I also told you the XRP price is strongly dependent on the Bitcoin price. So you first have to watch the Bitcoin price. That means if the Bitcoin price breaks through its purple line now and then continues to go down, we have the first price target in the range of 84 cents and the second price target would be in the range of 56 cents. But we could probably only see the 56 cents if the Bitcoin price corrects a bit more strongly, meaning towards $45,000 to $40,000. These green lines are guidelines for you, so you can roughly estimate where the XRP price will stay if the Bitcoin price corrects more sharply. So let's assume the Bitcoin price heads toward $50,000, then the XRP price will remain in the 66 cent range. Maybe you can take a photo if you need it. So these are potential reversal points for the XRP price. You have to watch the Bitcoin price first and then the XRP price. The Shiba Inu price dropped along with the Bitcoin price because the Shiba Inu price is dependent on the Bitcoin price. We discussed with you that we have had sideways movement here since February. 95% of altcoins had this sideways movement, and now the Shiba Inu price is back at this support zone. So in principle, it has basically eaten up this whole movement it made before, let's call it that, and is back here again. What am I getting at? If the Bitcoin price breaks through its $72,000 now, then the Shiba Inu price will fall even further. The support zones for the Shiba Inu price are about here. So these are potential reversal points for the Bitcoin price. Let's assume the Bitcoin price heads towards 60,000, then the Shiba Inu price will stop in the 434 range, or the Bitcoin price heads towards 45,000, then the Shiba Inu price will stop in the 258 range. So these are benchmarks for you, so you can understand where the Shiba Inu price will stop. So we are not talking about an very large correction now. This very large correction has already happened. We have already seen a large correction. So if a correction occurs, it will be a small correction. In percentage terms, that might be a lot, but compared to the values we had before, it is a small correction. That is why, as I said, the next decision will depend on the Bitcoin price. I repeat what is important. I told you that the quarterly figures will be over at the end of May. In about 10 days, we will have the unemployment figures and inflation data again, and the situation between Iran and America is currently important. I have said that several times as well. So be very careful. I think in the coming days, we will already see a result as to whether there will be a peaceful solution or not. I thank you, wish you a pleasant evening, and see you then.